Hi everyone, in this video I'll show you how to install Linux Mint Cinnamon Edition in a virtual machine. I'm using Ubuntu host machine, but since I'm installing it in a virtual machine, the installation process would be the same for other host machines as well. So to install Linux Mint Cinnamon Edition, you need at least minimum 2 GB of RAM, but recommended 4 GB, minimum 20 GB of free hard disk space, but recommended 100 GB, and minimum 1024 by 768 display resolution. So open your browser and type VirtualBox on your browser tab. Click on the first link, virtualbox.org. Now from the left pane, click Downloads. Under the platform packages, select the type of your operating system. Now choose the right package that matches with the version of your operating system and save it on your machine. Now my download task is done. Open your terminal and update your system using App Package Manager. Now navigate to the file that you have downloaded. To install the VirtualBox, I'm going to use the dpkg command. So copy this command and paste it on your terminal. VirtualBox is now installed. You should see a new icon added to your applications list. Next, to download the installer, open your search engine again and type Linux Mint on your search tab. You can minimize this. Now click linuxmint.com. Now click download. We are going to install the Cinnamon Edition. The Cinnamon Edition is the most popular and full of new features desktop. But if you are looking for traditional and fast desktop, you may want to try Mint Edition instead. It has fewer resources but more stable than Cinnamon. Or if you are looking for fast, stable, and resource-saving desktop, you can try the XFCE Edition. It has fewer features than Mint and Cinnamon, but it is very fast, stable, and it is definitely resource-saving desktop. The other one is the Cinnamon Edge Edition. It is the same as Cinnamon regular, but it supports the latest hardware chipsets. So if you have a device with newer hardware chipsets, then you may want to try this edition instead of the regular one. Anyway, now click download. To download the mirror, you can choose the server that is nearest to your location for faster download speed. Now my file is downloaded. Open your VirtualBox. You can minimize this. Click New to create a new virtual machine. You can name your virtual machine and operating system to something that you can easily remember. For the folder section, you can specify the file path, and this will save all the files of this new virtual machine. By default, it's going to save it under the home directory with a default folder name. You can change it the file path, or you can edit the name for the folder, or you can leave it as is. For the ISO image section, you can leave it as is for now. I'm going to show you later where you can attach the ISO file to the optical drive. Type should be Linux and version should be Ubuntu 64-bit. Now click Next. Give RAM at least 2 GB or above. For the processors, give at least 2 CPU. Click Next. For the virtual hard disk, give at least 20 GB or above, and leave the rest as is. Click Next. Now review the summary settings and click Finish. Since we haven't finished yet with settings, click Settings. You can edit the virtual machine and operating system name. Check the type is Linux and version should be Ubuntu 64. Click Advanced. The shared clipboard, you can enable it using bidirectional mode. It will be enabled in both directions. The same with drag and drop. You can enable it using the in bidirectional mode, and this will enable it in both directions. Now click System. You can change the boot order, but it won't affect anything as the VM can automatically tell guest operating system to start from the virtual or optical drive. Click Processor tab and make sure the execution cap is set to 100%. You can enable nested virtualization if you would like to run another VM inside of the current VM. The first one is mainly for 32-bit operating system, but since it can also enhance the security of the system in the case of buffer overflow attack. So we are going to check mark both boxes. Now click Acceleration. As you can see, the para virtualization is set to default, so leave it as is, and this will automatically pick the appropriate interface for your VM. But later, if you have any performance issue, you can play around by switching one off from these interfaces. As per the documentation, Minimal should be selected for Mac operating system, Hyper-V for Windows, and KVM for any Linux operating system. Now click Display. To enhance performance graphics display, increase video memory to 128. If you would like to increase it to 256 megabytes, I'm gonna show you later. You can also enable 3D acceleration, but in order to use 3D feature, you need to install guest additions as well. Click Storage. Now we can attach the ISO file to the optical drive. First, select the empty optical drive. Now from this list, click Choose a disk file and navigate to the ISO file you have downloaded. Now click Network. You can configure your network by selecting one of these network adapters. You can select bridged adapter if you want to make a remote connection, or you can choose NAT or host-only adapter for private and local use. Now click Advanced. Here you need to specify the appropriate adapter for the network you have selected. Click User Interface. Now to enable the mini toolbar, check mark Show at top of screen box. Now click OK. Now to change the video memory size, click on the 128 megabytes and change it to 256 megabytes and click OK. Now review the settings and start the VM in a normal start mode. Now choose the first option, Start Linux Mint, and hit Enter and wait until the virtual machine is ready. Now double-click the Install Linux Mint icon on the desktop to start the installation process. Now select your language and click Continue. Select your keyboard layout and locale, click Continue. Now check mark the Install Multimedia Codecs box and click Continue. Leave the default as is, click Install Now, because this action will only affect to the selected virtual hard disk drive. Click Continue. You can select your location by clicking on the map. Click Continue. Now create a username. You can also name your virtual machine. Create a strong password and click Continue. The installation has now completed. Click Restart Now. Now before you hit Enter, first check if the optical drive is empty. If not, remove the ISO file from it, then hit Enter. Now you can log in using your new password. You can resize the window using the scaled mode from the View menu. Now to confirm the installed version, you can run this command. Thank you for watching.